Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and I'm back with another smartphone camera test with the all-new OnePlus 10 Pro, which I am using to record right now. Now, as I do in all of my smartphone camera tests, everything that you see in this video is going to be captured with the cameras on this device. So just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which cameras are being used for the photos and videos that you see. As far as the specifications go for the rear cameras, we have three cameras there. The main one, which I'm using to record right now, is the 48 megapixel sensor that can capture a video at up to 8K 24 FPS. And then there's the ultra wide camera, which is a 50 megapixel sensor that can capture 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. And then the 3.3x zoom camera with an 8 megapixel sensor, though that one can only capture 1080p video. So when you see 2x zoom video in this video, that's going to be captured with that main sensor. It's simply a crop on that. As far as the selfie camera goes, it's a 32 megapixel sensor that can record 1080p video. It still can't record 8K video, even though the resolution of that sensor should definitely be able to do so, but we're maxed out at 1080p on that front. So with all the specifications all cleared away, let's jump into some photos and videos to see how this device performs in everyday use. Let's take a look. One feature I don't like about the camera app on this device is that going from the ultra wide to the main sensor is a zoom slider rather than a toggle switch between the two. It does allow for a smoother transition, but having the option to go quickly from the ultra wide to the main sensor would be nice. And also, if you do decide to zoom in on your video, you actually never switch to the 3.5x zoom camera on here. This is simply a digital crop on that main sensor at 4K. And this here's a look at video capture from the selfie camera on the OnePlus 10 Pro. The thing that's disappointing here is, though, even though we have a 32 megapixel sensor, we're only able to capture 1080p video, something that's quite disappointing for a flagship tier device these days when the Pixel 6 devices, Samsung devices, and even iPhones are able to capture 4K 30 or even sometimes 4K 60 FPS from their selfie cameras. And this time around we are looking at 4K video, starting off with the main sensor on the back of the OnePlus 10 Pro and then zooming out to that ultra-wide camera. You can definitely tell a difference in the amount of light that the two sensors are able to capture in these types of situations. And this here's a look at video capture in low light situations. Right now I am being front lit by this light right here, so you can see there's definitely a lot of difference here when you step into a darker scene away from the light. It does do a decent job of capturing in low light situations like this, but unless you have a source light in order to light your subject, the quality of the video is not going to be that great.
And that's going to do it for this initial camera test with the OnePlus 10 Pro. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below, and whether or not you think the cameras on this device are good enough to be used for your daily driver for capturing your photos and videos. I do have a full review of this device coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.